the Toledo Cathedral, known as the Primada Cathedral of Spain and consecrated to the Virgin Mary in her Assumption into heaven, is one of the most impressive Gothic temples in Europe. Built between the 13th and the 15th centuries on the site of an old mosque, it is located in the heart of the city of Toledo, declared a World Heritage Site. It stands out for its grandiose architecture, its impressive stained glass windows, and its rich collection that includes works by the masters El Greco, Goya, and even Velázquez. It is a symbol of Spain's cultural and religious syncretism, and one of our country's main tourist attractions. In addition to its incalculable historical and artistic value, the cathedral church has a profound theological significance as a reference center for the pastoral life of the entire diocese, priests, and the faithful. Throughout the centuries, cathedrals have been fundamental pillars in the formation of Western and European culture. The first universities emerged with them. Assistance tasks were developed, and they became workshops for artistic creations. Today, cathedrals continue to be living witnesses of this rich cultural heritage and bearers of message of transcendence and values for current generations. And watch this video till the end to understand the history of this cathedral and each of its mysteries. And if you're new here, this channel was not only created to show you what to visit, do, or eat in Spain, but also the beauty, culture, and traditions of this amazing country. That's why down in the description I'm leaving you a few more videos about awesome places in my country that I believe you will enjoy very, very much. The construction of the Toledo Cathedral, as we have said, is in Gothic style with a clear French influence. It measures 120 meters long by 60 meters wide. It is composed of 5 naves supported by 88 columns and 72 vaults. The side naves extend behind the main chapel, surrounding the presbytery and creating an ambulatory with a double semicircular aisle. Before focusing our attention on the central part of the cathedral, I want to show you the side chapels that surround the entire temple. They are authentic artistic and spiritual jewels, each one dedicated to saints and devotions, with impressive works of art and architectural details that reflect centuries of history. The Chapel of the New Kings was built as a funerary chapel for the Trastamara dynasty. Throughout the chapel stand out the neoclassical marble and bronze altarpieces designed by Ventura Rodriguez in 1772, with paintings by Maella. Occupying 3 sections of the exterior ambulatory and built in Toledo Gothic style with a star-shaped ribbed vault is the funerary chapel of Santiago. The chapel dedicated to San Ildefonso is located in the central area of the apse, in octagonal shape and Gothic in style. Between the 2 minor naves, in the second pillar at the foot of the cathedral, is the Chapel of the Descent, founded by Enrique II. This is the true origin of the cathedral, as the main altar of the Visigothic basilica was located here. The chapel of the Blessed Sacrament houses the image of Our Lady, the Virgin of the Tabernacle, patron saint of Toledo. The chapel of Corpus Christi, known as the Mozarabic Chapel, is where the old chapter house was located. In addition to these chapels, there are many others worth admiring. As an example of this, the chapel of San Blas was built in the northeast corner of the cloister. The greatest artistic treasure that this chapel holds are the mural paintings that decorate it. But if we talk about treasures, would you say that the cathedral could have a room exclusively for storing treasures? Indeed it does. Is the magnificent processional monstrance commissioned by Cardinal Cisneros to Enrique de Arfe in 1515, and it is believed that it was made with the first gold that arrived from America. The cathedral has many other rooms full of wealth in every sense. At the end of the 16th century, the sacristy was built by Vergara el Mozo. In its vault, a magnificent fresco by Lucas Jordan stands out, and in the background a painting called El Expolio by the famous painter El Greco stands out, which he painted in that same place in 1587 on behalf of the chapter. The entire room is a real art gallery with paintings by the most important painters such as El Greco, Caravaggio, Tiziano, Van Dyck, Tristan, Goya, Morales, and José Ramos. The new chapter house was created on the initiative of Cardinal Cisneros. It is made up of 2 rooms, replacing the old one that was in the Mozarabic Chapel. The glittered and polychrome coffered ceiling that predominates in this room is impressive. In the center of the cathedral, the majestic altarpiece stands out, which is made up of 3 bodies and 5 staggered sections made of polychrome and glittered wood. Owes its design to Petit Jean under the direction of Enrique Egas and Pedro de Gumiel. Its construction lasted from 1498 to 1504, and great sculptors of the time worked on it, such as Felipe de Bigarni, Diego Copin, and Sebastián Almoacid, and it was glittered and polychromed by Francisco de Amberes and Juan de Borgoña. In the center and lower part of the altarpiece there is a tabernacle, a great work of filigree and glittered wood. The atrium of the altarpiece is topped by a large Calvary, surrounded by a starry sky. But the cathedral never ceases to surprise us, and just behind the main altar there is what was considered at the time the crowning work of Spanish Baroque, El Transparente, or the Transparency. It consists of an altarpiece of Spanish and Genoese marble and represents the apotheosis of the most holy sacrament of the Eucharist. In the center of this altarpiece there is an oval window that gives light to the tabernacle, surrounded by archangels. And it reaches this thanks to the breach made in the vault of the ambulatory, where the glory is represented with all the main saints. In front of the main altar lies probably the most beautiful choir of the European cathedrals. It is composed by high choir stalls. The right side was made by Alonso Berruguete and the left side was made by Felipe de Bigarni. The low choir stalls are carved by Rodrigo Alemán between 1489 and 1495. In it are represented the episodes of the conquest of Granada. The choir is closed by a gate carved by Domingo de Céspedes between 1541 and 1548. We cannot leave the cathedral without mentioning that La Primada is one of the Castilian buildings that has preserved the most medieval stained glass windows. Although they may go unnoticed due to the magnitude of its walls, sculptures and chapels, but there are 750 stained glass windows. From the inside, we have direct access to the beautiful cloister through the Santa Catalina door, which on the inside is late Gothic from the end of the 15th century. Its construction began by the hand of the architect Rodrigo Alonso in 1389 and was finished by the master Alvar González in 1425. In the 15th century, the walls were painted with frescoes by Pedro Berruguete and Comontes on the life and passion of Christ, but due to humidity and inclement weather, they deteriorated. After this, the painters Francisco Balleu and Mariano Salvador Maella painted new murals on the original frescoes between 1776 and 1787. From the cloister, it is incredible how beautiful the tower looks, which has 248 steps leading to the bell tower and the famous Campana Gorda, translated as the Fat Bell. Of course, you should also enjoy the exterior of the cathedral as much as the interior, because it's monumental. The western facade, the main one, is located in front of the town hall, where the Archbishop's Palace is also located. From this square from left to right rises the bell tower, the Puerta del Infierno, the Puerta del Perdón, and the Puerta del Juicio Final. Closing the monumental facade, there is the so-called second tower that was never finished, being used as a chapel, the Corpus Christi or Mozarabic chapel that we have already seen. However, the oldest door from the beginning of the 14th century is located on the north facade. It is called Puerta del Reloj, but it also has the following names: Puerta de las Ollas, Puerta de la Feria, or Puerta de la Chapinería. The rose window over this door has one of these old stained glass windows in the cathedral. The Toledo Cathedral, with its architectural majesty, artistic wealth, and deep spiritual heritage, is a living symbol of Spain's history and faith. This imposing temple is not only a place of worship, but also a testimony to the union between tradition, culture, and art, which continues to inspire those who visit it, connecting the past with the present, making it an essential legacy and a unique destination for anyone who wants to discover the heart of Toledo. My name is Alex Moraras. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, share, and definitely subscribe to find out more amazing places to visit before you come to Spain.